What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I have a tough conversation that we need to talk about as African American men, and that deals with relationships with black fathers and sons. And in the black manosphere, we discuss issues like this, but I want to focus on this today because the situation with Kirk Franklin and Kirk Franklin is very interesting, where the son has accused Kirk of being abusive, being mean to him, not liking him so much. And we're going to play this leaked audio here in a minute. But in fact, let me just do this. Let's play the audio now. Kirk Franklin's apology, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the rest of this.
I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old. I did it. He just hung up the phone.
I have an older son named Kirk Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers.
So guys, you heard what was going on there, all right? Now, Kirk Franklin is a talented composer. He's, in the era, contemporary gospel, when he came out with Silver and Gold and Stomp. For those who went to church, Kirk Franklin was like the changing of the guard, a little bit more so to how people related to God as young people. He's a very, very talented guy. But he had a child out of another relationship when he was a young man, 19 years old. Now, what I want to say with this is this. When a black man has a child by a lady that he doesn't really care about, doesn't have a connection with, that child usually is the one that he doesn't get along with the most. All right? If you think about it, Kirk Franklin is now married. The children that he has are probably fine. He's been married since 1996. I bet you all of those kids give you problems. That one does it. Carry-on does. All right? And the issue probably has to deal with he didn't love his mother. Another issue probably has to deal with the mother is telling him bad things about Kirk. So what could be happening is that while there's a toxic relationship between them both, I'm pretty sure it has everything to do with the fact that Kirk Franklin isn't with the mom. And there's jealousy because it could be, he's with the kids and, all of that. And then also, Kirk Franklin doesn't have the ability to really mold his son's life. He's busy, obviously, and the son is not turning out to be as successful as he is. All right. And if you listen to that recording, he talks about him being poor. He talks about him doing things like that. And a lot of times when You know, you love your son. You have a lot of ambitions for him. You've worked really hard like Kirk Franklin has done, and the child is doesn't have that same level of work ethic. You know, I have one of my buddies I went to middle school with. He's a very popular basketball coach in the Bay Area. I was talking to him. His son that he has by another woman, the boy looks just like him, but he has the work ethic of the mother. He doesn't want to work hard. He's lazy. And he's always like trying to instill in him like, yo, why are you so lazy? Why are you so lazy? But that pisses him off, right? Because he comes from a generation where, and with a father that he grew up in the same house that had that leadership. But a lot of times when you're a black father and the son is being raised primarily by the mother, and you get part-time assistance or seeing him, he's not able to be in the infrastructure. And then when he does come, the child has picked up many bad habits that you just can't deal with him. I think this was happening with Carry-On. Carry-On, while that argument, went to what it is, obviously Kirk Franklin loves his son because he loves him enough to, go back and forth with him. And we all know the African American community, this is nothing new. I think a lot of times guys are making it more than what it is, but everybody grew up getting cussed out like this in our community. And to me, it's not a big deal. But the fact that he leaked it, trying to get kudos and stuff like this, lets me know that obviously, yes, there is a problem. And then, but Kirk hasn't been able to deal with it the right way. But the child just didn't live up to the expectations. And he probably isn't living up to the expectations as the other kids are doing. As black men, some of us who have children by women that we don't really love, despise, and that child did not pick up on our work ethics because they're not in the home with us. We got to be honest with ourselves and understand that, it's going to take a lot of patience with our kids, with our brothers. All right. Black men, one of the things we got to do before we start being patient with one another, we got to be patient with our children, the people in our family the most. Right. I have a nephew. Me and my brother, we try to talk to him. I hope you don't listen to this video. He's like 27 now. He's nothing like me and his dad. He's not like us. Nothing we can do about it. The guy he's nothing like we were. And we can get pissed off all we want, but he just didn't. His mama raised him. He didn't come up under the same scrutiny that we did. We come from a different era. My grandfather was pretty old when I was born. He died in 2019, November, right after his 101st birthday. But my grandfather instilled in us, he only had a third grade education, but we knew that we had to be working men, okay? We had to work. My grandfather made my father also. My father instilled in us the importance of being a working man. But our nephew, my nephew, I love him to death. He's not like that. And I want to call him lazy. I have called him lazy. I called him stupid a bunch of times. I know that might have hurt his feelings, but looking back at it, that's not the way to deal with it because he's just not like us. He's not built like that. And you love him just the same, but he's just not built like that. And we got to understand that when these kids are not coming up under the same scrutiny, and I know Kirk Franklin, his mother left him and he made it off his talent, but everybody's not going to be like us. Everybody's not going to have that burning desire. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at his kids. Okay. They don't have that same burning desire that he did or the same talent that he did. It's just the truth, And we got to find a way to have patience and work with the youth, work with our brothers in the black community to understand that, hey, some of us are built different. Doesn't make it wrong. Doesn't make it bad. Doesn't make it terrible. They're just not built like us. And a lot of times it's so easy to compare this kid to the other kid, and why you not like my other kid, and and I know that's a tough deal. But I hope they can get it resolved, because the best relationship that a man can have is with the father. Mothers, okay, but we need more black men and black fathers. We need that. Brothers being able to get along with the family. We need this. Because you only get one mom. True enough, you only get one dad. Me and my dad have had problems here and there, but it was never over me not being a hard worker or nothing like that or anything like that. But we've had to resolve issues also. Okay? It happens in every black family. But it really happens when, the father and mother are not together anymore. And, the son has some animosity or the father has some animosity. But we got to be able to bridge the gap, because black men need each other. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Black men need what? Each other. Black fathers need their who? Sons. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. Check out the Patreon, guys. Check out the Black Men Perfect t-shirts. I'm really thankful for all you brothers out there. Thank you for what you do for the channel. Thank you for all your support. And as you know, the buffoonery always remain at an all-time high. I'm out.